Welcome back to our One Clutch Man challenge. We've got Iguanodon fossils coming in that are apparently held up in customs. Gain $1 million, lose fossils. No. No, I don't think I will. Not for the price that Iguanodon brings in. Or costs us, rather. Really? You gave me one fossil? That's kind of strange. Is there a second dig site? Maybe I sent out... There should be, isn't there? Yeah, I never sent out to this one in Belgium. Oh, yeah, I was doing the UK one twice. Okay, well, we would have needed the fossil anyway, probably. I assume that's how that works. Why don't we get some fossil synthing first, or some dinosaur synthing first? We need a second pterosaur because the Dimorphodons are gone. So we're going to do Tapajara, random per egg, long lived. Looks like this is set up already. Cheaper synth with probably the generalist. Yeah. So we get them going. Then let's go do our expedition if we have the money for it. 1 mil, 600,000. Yeah, giving those fossils up would have been really bad. Cheaper. Cheaper. And then we're not going to have enough to extract. I don't have points, do I? No. Awkward. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to extract these first using the expedition guy here. Toma. And then she'll be synced up with Gomez in terms of their rest. When they need to rest. And then we can do the expedition afterwards and get these processed right there. So that's the plan. I think we're just about done here with this park build. Unless we run into some snags. The big thing would be if the shops... No, see, these shops down here are pulling negative profit. So we've got plenty of shop capacity. And these shops up here... Yeah, they're doing all right. We've got room here, too, if we do bring in, like, Suchomimus or something. Which, if the Iguanodon and the Tapajara do not get us to where we need to be, might be the case where we have to bring in Suchomimus to finish the park build. 6 eggs. Aggressive. I think we ditch the aggressive. Because that'll cause cohabitation issues. Vulnerable's fine, though. And 5 is plenty. So we definitely want the incubation. And then I guess it's, excuse me, better to use the cheaper research person here. Because then we save the generalist for a fossil extraction later. Yeah, so we could send out the 2 cheaper expedition people with synthesis to get the last point we need for the Iguanodon dig. Save the generalist for the extraction. I think that makes a lot of sense. Park rating plus 18%. That's probably not an accurate take. It's probably coming off of a... Shush! Probably coming off of a storm or some other issue in the park from last month. Ticket sales, number of guests, or profits. Profits is worth the most, so I guess we'll just take that one.
We're in the paleo curation business, sure, but people only hear that paleo.
Yeah, we're at pretty good star rating, so we're probably not
talk about the real survival of the fittest.
gonna make this too easily. It's probably gonna hang around there for a while, but that's fine. All right, there's the Iguanodon fossils. Let's go out and do the dig immediately. Cheaper, cheaper, and then you. Okay, it puts us under 1 million just barely. We probably will have a storm coming pretty soon too, which is something we should consider. Because we do have a lot of people who are going to need to rest soon. A lot, actually. Almost everybody's going to have to rest. 2 minutes on there, 6 minutes there. Yeah, if we get a storm and we get a lot of frostbite, it's going to be a little annoying. because it's going to be 3 or 4 minutes till we have people back. Well, anyway, we're gonna do a little cut here while we wait for the stuff to tick over. Okay, our Tapajaras are ready to go. I want to point something out here. We're at 117% appeal. If you remember the first time I played this challenge mode map on the channel, we got up to like 175% appeal or something before we got 5 stars. And a large part of that was just not being as good at the game as I am now. Right, park wasn't built as optimally, shops weren't used as optimally probably. I'd have to go back and look to see what the exact issues with that park build were. But the point is, we've been doing much better after that first challenge mode. And we've usually been scoring 5 stars around 100% appeal. And the fact that we're at 4.5 and already at 117% appeal in this park convinces me that this total for appeal is actually wrong. It's not a 6,000 target. It's higher than that. And so this percentage number here isn't actually correct. Because we're going to have to get up to like 130 or some crap for appeal to get 5 stars, I think. So I think this is bugged. It doesn't really matter because your appeal total is just kind of a guideline. It doesn't actually like really tell you much in terms of how good your park is actually doing. We've got a nice variety of Tapajaras there. Alright, you want forest. Dislikes Tropic Nathus, not a problem. Forest is going to go in. Where? In the corners, probably, if we can sneak it in. Obstructed. Well, they don't need that much forest.
What's a show without fireworks? That's what this...
Alright, so... let's make sure the Desungs have not been upset by anything here. No, they have plenty of margin of water, which is the only thing that should be blocked by the trees. I don't think the sand brush is counteracted by the tree brush, so I think they're always going to be good in that category.
And check out that sail behind its head.
Alright, so the Tapajaras. Let's take a look at these skins. We're looking at Limpopo River Pulkarana. I like the way the stripes here are going across the back with kind of this red undercolor and then this like kind of purple gray going on here. That one's got a good body pattern. Number 1, Yukon River Pulkarana. So that's the same pattern, different base skin. I think I liked it better on the other one. Mangrove Lithobates. That is a very interesting base skin. I like the red. I like red on my dinosaurs a lot of the time. So I don't think the pattern works with it very well. I think the pattern's a little too subtle for my liking compared to the relative vibrancy of the red. Sonoran Calcarana. That's a very vibrant crest that stands out from the very basic skin. And the striping is really subtle. I think this one's pretty good. I like it. Just because we've got the subtler skin patterning with the very bright crest that really makes that stand out. That's pretty cool. And the striping, the subtler striping on the wings and the body looks pretty nice. Tapajara is a pretty good pterosaur. Great Sandy Blank. Yeah, the blank pattern Tapajaras are awful, so nothing much to say there. They really do need their pattern.
Oh, I meant to say that this is a Tapajara, one of our more interesting flying species. If you couldn't have guessed by now, I'm a fan. I think you should be too.
So that's bumped our appeal rating up to 124%. So that was a 5% bump in appeal. And I guess the diversity target is not relevant now either. So we're really just looking for appeal. See, that was like 600 appeal total. Alright, so we're going to work on the Iguanodon next, which means we can shutter the hatchery. I think? Hold on, actually, that might not work. If we assign the ranger team to go status check something, needs aviary hatchery active. Yeah, okay. So we can't shutter that to mitigate our power situation. Well, when we toggle on the hatchery, it'll probably just deactivate fences temporarily, which isn't a problem. Without storms that drop comfort on this map, the fence integrity is pretty minor. It's only really a concern if we get rabies. So I don't think we can I don't think we need to be too worried about that. All right, well, we'll be back when we get the iguanodon fossils in here. We got profitable complete, thanks to the tapajaras. Okay, our fossils are in. We're going to start reorganizing this section of the park for the final push here. Since these shops are close to capacity, we may need to upgrade, which may require maneuvering some things around. Plus, I just kind of want the park to look nice and be in a final state. And this section was rather haphazard, which does not make me happy with it. I still kind of want to do something different with the science center, but I'm not sure what I could try and pull off here. Yeah, but kind of no matter how I put it in here, it's going to be weird at an angle. I mean, I can kind of live with it as it is. It's not that bad. The path snaking around here a little bit. Ultimately, I'm going to have to live with it, right? I suppose what I could do is we could toggle the expedition center around the other direction. So the path is coming down through here maybe still. Actually, can the path... No, because we're going to hit that ledge anyway, no matter what. Well, that's a little shit. We could move this up towards the fence tighter. Maybe we will do that after we build this section that comes through here. Well, anyway, that's something we can worry about later, off screen. That is quite the haul of Iguanodon. I wonder if this actually finishes it. Let's grab the small ones. Can't quite fit it in. Awkward. Okay, so you're going to give us... Currently we're at 16. This is about 3, but I think it diminishes as you get closer. And this is going to be... Yeah, 22, 25. It's not going to be enough. There's no way it's enough. Okay. Well, that's all we wanted to check. See if we had to go out and do another dig right away. Let's go ahead and grab the amber. Actually, yeah, grab the amber. Grab some of the smaller stuff and clear out a little bit of money. I'm actually going to pull back that and just do more fossils here to bring this money in right away. This has to be you, the generalist. Everybody else has to be rested, and we're just kind of going to be stuck sitting here a little bit, waiting for our entire staff to come back from their vacations. We are at still only 4.5 stars with the tapajaras. I wonder if we have any... accommodation rating dipped. We need a hotel. It's only 1%, but we're going to need it before we're all said and done here. So we'll replace the small with a large. Maybe... Do we have a spot up here for a hotel? It doesn't really look like it to me. This is pretty cramped. No. No. Maybe if we got really creative with squeezing some buildings into different spots and trimming down some of these pens a little bit, but I think we'll put it on the lower level. Which probably means it goes... I don't think it can fit in here, so it probably has to go over here somewhere. Which means we do need to reorganize this park a little bit more to make space for this. Okay, so everything I started doing here actually is immediately necessary rather than a longer-term project. Oh, and I stuck the staff center right in here. There's a nice little perfect size spot for it to go into, which worked out pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep playing with reorganizing our park here. New month, new contract. I think we'll just pick revenue here because we'd have to do research for this. This could always backfire. So revenue's the safe option. Scientists are back. Let's go out and get some more iguanodon. It won't let us do it because we don't have the money. Just kidding. We won't do some more iguanodon. Maybe we'll get it from demolishing this extra hotel when this one's built. But maybe not. We're close. Yeah, it doesn't factor the full reduction in there at least. Okay, there we go. So we're only gonna spend half of our money here. Even though the game thinks we're gonna break the bank. I think we do synthesis again. Get that generalist rested. I forgot to do that when they were back from fossils. Alright, so there's that. This is where the new large hotel goes in. We've got a little bit of a gap here, but that could be a medium or a large amenity building easily. Which means we could redesign some stuff down here, and then move some other stuff around. it would work out. Let's get this power station moved. I'm putting all our power stations back in over here. Don't suppose you could fit it in, and oh, we can fit it in here at this weird angle. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I think that's fine. It keeps the power section kind of aligned, even if everything's at an angle to each other, and keeps it from getting too close to the rest of the park. Yeah, that's not... I can live with that. That's an interesting little look. And then I can redo my power lines and make them not the worst things in the world as well, which is great. So we connect through to there. This part is now severed from the grid. But we'll fix that. Actually might need to like reorganize some of this before we fix other parts of it. Oh, and there's like a hill here that everything's on a slightly different level too. That's awkward. Yeah, it's really hard to like fix terrain if you're not on top of it, because you get all these buildings in and they're all on slightly different levels. It's a little obnoxious to get it to work out. Anyway, with this hotel inn, how's our transport rating? Okay, so transport looks like it's still good. Great. That's the thing I was worried about, was if transport rating would be a problem. Moving this down here, and it looks like we're good. Alright. Well, I think we keep just moving pieces around and see what other space we can get here. Or make things look a little bit better, at least. It's not that bad if we put the ranger team here, I think. Especially if we can actually flatten this out and make it a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is like... This stuff is lower than any of this stuff here. Awkward. Very awkward. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Alright, you... move to here. I think with the large hotel... At least I hope with the large hotel that we won't need any more hotels in this park. If we do, we might have to move some stuff around again. Which would be a little annoying. That is not straight. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. We'll actually maybe I might move these generators again, honestly. Because maybe I put them in line here against this back. Because this is a nice straight section, actually. Surprisingly so. Probably shouldn't do any more remodeling right now. Actually, we should probably let our cash get up so we can get the iguanodon in here. Oh, and you don't even need to be deactivated anymore because we have a third generator. Unless we put the medical team down here. That might not be too bad. Wait, what is... Oh, it's blocked by the Jeep. Yeah. That's fine. It should be... This should be all on the same level. Yeah, it's only bad when we get down there. Okay. That's good. If we put the medical staff at an angle in here, where they're facing the pens, it'll work, actually. Interesting. Yeah, I think I have a plan here. Why don't we cut and I can tinker with what I want to do for the layout here. Alright, our iguanodon fossils are in here. Ah, some footprints, that's nice. 2 sets of footprints. Pretty good. I'm still working on remodeling the park right now and consolidating some of the support buildings into a little bit better arrangement. Actually, let's see if we are done with Iguanodon here, if we can. Yep, that's Iguanodon complete. It'll be 2 extractions, but we don't need to send another dig. That's really good. Let's get the fossils pulled, or the footprints pulled in first. Yeah, and then we can do the rest on the second go. I'm going to hold the synthesis person back, so I think we'll use the generalist here. Yeah, there's no functional difference between the generalist and the cheaper expedition person, really. So we'll just use the generalist. We got a little bit of a common cold outbreak. We've got power that's sorting itself out because we're moving these generators around still. I'm going to put them in a row like this. It'll look better aesthetically. It'll make me happier. As soon as this one's built, I can get this one moved around. And we're going to have actually a lot of space down here, and I'm not too sure now what to do with it. Oh, shit, storm warning. Okay, well, there's that. We'll have a snowstorm to deal with. So, yeah, we're going to have to... We can still get those fossils processed, but we definitely can't clone Iguanodon until after the storm. I'm also going to stop moving power generators. That way we make sure nothing gets depowered here that we need powered. Does this power station here actually, or this station do anything for us? I don't think the control center actually needs power. I think this one does nothing. It can just be deleted. Oh, we should get the capture team, or not the capture team, the medical team, moving out to top off all of our sick dinos here now. Untreatable, yeah, because we can't actually queue it up until their HP is low. Looks to me like nobody else in the herd here is low currently. Alright, well there's some Iguanodon. We'll get the rest. Last 6% and a little bit of money back here from the fossils. Yeah, there's no reason to not use one over the other. Or no reason to use one over the other to not use any particular... You know what I mean. I'm over talking here. There's a little bit of a concern that we could lose some galleys here. There's also an argument to send out the ranger teams to start looking at our dinos a little bit more. In particular, I want to status check everything in the aviary immediately, I think. Because the aviary is the hardest thing to stay on top of. Plus, if they do have issues, they may kill each other, which is always a problem. Let's go ahead and get these open. Or closed, technically. Right. There's the Iguanodon complete. Yeah, why don't you just chill out here and just top these dudes off. Alright, let's take a look at the Iggy at least. We could synth this, I think. Depending on the cost, I guess. No, synth cost isn't bad. We could synth it. Dice roll. Dice roll. Offset the short-lived for sure. Offset the needy. Okay, well you are a little bit of a bastard, huh? Yeah, I think we still do that. And then we'll put some points in long-lived, I guess. That's actually kind of some bad negative traits there that you really have to offset. I mean, I guess the needy's okay if you're, not pressed for space. Plus, lifespan's not that important now that we're at well over 4 stars. These guys won't be dying of old age anyway. Cheaper synthesis with... I guess the 3 of you have to do it. There's no consideration. Alright. We'll get that sent while we're going through and checking out the health situation here with the dinos. We can get this moved now that they're Not doing a dig. Oh, yeah. So I moved this in a previous iteration of the save while I was running an Iguanodon dig, and it just cancels the dig, and you'll lose the money. So never do that. Never move your expedition center while you have an active expedition, or you get screwed. So I just reloaded that to an autosave and fixed it, basically. Lost like 2 minutes of progress moving stuff around the park in exchange for not losing $1 million and like 6 minutes on an Iguanodon dig. Yeah, if we see anybody up here with HP below 100%, we should send a Jeep to them immediately. It takes a while for the Jeeps to get up here. If we would have laid this out maybe in a different way, it would have been really good to have Jeeps up here. So far, it looks fine, which is surprising. Alright, cool. Not too bad. Let's make sure we keep the medical team queued up here. Staying on top of the common cold. Low health, that is just you. You'll be fine. That one is already good to go. Don't worry about it. You want to medical scan that? I'll let you medical scan that. That's fine. Alright, Iguanodon synthed. We got 3 eggs out of 4. No negative traits, docile, and a nocturnal one. No positive traits either, really. 900k. We can actually do that. Except it uses up all the welfare people, so we can't do that. We need to hold welfare people back in case we do have anything in the park that's currently injured that needs treatment from the storm. So we can't synth those Iguanodons yet. If I have status data on these pterosaurs... Yeah, you went back to base. We can shut down the aviary at least. You know what? Fill that feeder up right now too. That's fine. Not like deliberately shut down the aviary, but the aviary is something that tends to lose power when we move a generator around. Oops, no, fill it up. Not top it off. Or not, that should have been filled up. I misclicked. It still seems like everything up here is fine. Did we get through an entire storm without any actual damage? Because that's kind of insane. It really looks like we might have. How are you returning to the facility if you've got 2 dying Gallimimuses in here, friend? I don't know why you think that's okay. Pneumonia, pneumonia. Yeah, it's just the common cold pneumonia, it looks like. So that was actually the easiest storm we've had the entire run, I think. Alright, I'm not even going to look at contracts. Let's go ahead and get these eggs going. 3 Iguanodon. We want cheaper incubation for sure. We have no 5s. So we'll grab you, and we'll grab, I guess, you. That's fine. Alright, we get those Iggies coming. I feel like it's safe that we can move this generator around right now. So I'm going to put it down here in line with the existing power generators. If I can fiddle it right into the perfect spot here in the line. This is like a test of manual dexterity. Is it perfect? It's got to be perfect. Oh, God. I think that's pretty good. Alright. So this is all the power we'll need for 5 stars. That's actually probably more than we'll need. I think we can go ahead and delete this. And then we can actually go ahead and sort out the electrical grid here in terms of its final arrangement, basically. So that's deleted. Why don't we go ahead... These aren't doing anything. We can go ahead and just delete this and just start moving everything around, and that'll be fine. I want the power line, not the path. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, so that gave us a ton of space, actually. Way more than I was expecting. I guess if we end up needing to squeeze a shop in, it could go where the control center is. Let's go ahead and grab the expedition center. Maybe swing that into this gap. Did I not demolish you yet? No. Let's let this get demolished so we can flatten here properly. Alright, there we go. Get that flattened back out right. Expedition center. Oh, unless we put it in... Not gonna work. I think we could fit the fossil center in behind it for sure. So that goes there. This goes here. Oh no, it doesn't actually fit because it's got the weird little bit that sticks off the back. That's fine. We'll move the expedition center again and turn it sideways. And then we could probably put the fossil center right next to it here. Losing money flipping it around, but whatever. It doesn't matter. We're in the end game stage now. As long as we don't go broke, money isn't a huge concern. It'll be a bigger concern, I guess, if we do Suko minus. Which, now that I think of it, with the Tapajaras being in, I wonder how much appeal the Iguanodons actually give us. We might need Sukos. Do not return yet. Go back and top them off again. Okay. You go in here. Really? 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 That corner is that bad, huh? Alright, that's fine. It really doesn't matter. I just wanted it to be fit in there just for aesthetics. I'm gonna go put a little gap here for the cars to get through to that gate. Still, look how much space we saved. That we probably don't even really need to save, but you know what? It's nice. It's nice to just... This park is very tightly built, so it's nice to just keep that kind of theming going. Of having a very nicely consolidated park space. I think that's pretty cool. We definitely should try and build a park that's a little bit more spaced out. But see, the thing is, in the first game, I'd always build my more tight parks in Jurassic World era, because the buildings are very square in terms of layout. And then I build my more safari, broader, spaced out parks in Jurassic Park era, because that just kind of worked out really good. And you can't do challenge mode in Jurassic era in this game, so it's kind of an awkward situation where, like, the way I would want to build my open my open design parks, my open plan parks, is not available to me because I can't do Jurassic Park era. It's just one of those complaints I have with the way challenge mode's set up in this game that I hope they'll fix eventually. I think they will. I think there's no reason for them to leave challenge mode as restrictive as it is in the long term. It's just a matter of when it'll get fixed. And it doesn't seem like the Camp Cretaceous patch is going to fix it either, which sucks. Alright. Let's see. We got 2 dinos left that are still sick. Common cold and common cold only. So the pneumonia is done, so we're over the hump. Unless, of course, it spreads through the pen some more. How are the baryonyxes doing in their lifespan? 3273. They're actually getting there a little bit in terms of their age. Which is something to consider. So yeah, if we're gonna do Suko, we should, like, really start doing it. Let's go ahead and take a look. $3,500,000. Ouch. We're getting there, but we're nowhere near there. So that's going to have to wait. We'll know when we get the iguanodons in if we can hit 5 or not. Okay, the donuts is not capped. Shopping's not capped. Okay. Let's get these iguanodons out. I do love myself some hench-ass iguanodons. Definitely one of the best dinosaurs from the first game, design-wise.
Bulky and has a stubborn disposition. It's called the iguanodon. It's an herbivore with attitude. I'd suggest giving it a wide berth.
Alright, they're going to have to disperse here a bit, and we'll have to see if things work out. We might need to make some more open space for them. The tour provides open space, so we might be okay. Let's go through the skins. Death Valley, lethal baits on this one. Why do I still have, like, sirens in the park? Like the park is closed. It's not. Sonoran Desert lethal baits. That one's solid. I like the base color. Striping subtle. Not bad. Yukon blank. Sure, that one's pretty underwhelming being blank. The striping on the iguanodon's really nice, so I do prefer the striped ones for sure. Okay. You're missing water. Open space is getting up there. Ground fruit is sorta something. Okay, who else uses ground fruit? I don't have information for you. Add task. Will not status check this guy. Okay, fine. We'll status check some of the other ones so that I can design this enclosure properly. Who died where? Dilo of old age. Okay, well, that's not good. That's not good at all. 4.6 stars. So we need a replacement for the Dilos. Deinonychus is done, so it'll be Deinonychus. Okay, well, we've got that lined up already then. That's fine. We'll wait till more of them have died. What is your... We don't have your stuff. Okay, I'm probably gonna... Okay, calm down, video game. You'll be fine. Alright, I think we'll call this an episode here. I'm going to have to play around with getting the Iguanodon enclosure to work out, which I'll do between episodes while we save a little bit of money to push Suchomimus, I think, to push us towards 5 stars. Actually, before we end here, what is the situation on the shops? 350, 325, 254. They're still not maxed. Iguanodon was only 146 appeal, actually. Okay, well, yeah, we'll end this one here until next time.